with Sophie. What's up?
Not much. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, no problem. You said you hadn't, had a margarita and you've been craving one for the past 2 weeks.
I have.
Would you ever have
It's my favorite drink.
Ooh.
By far.
Would you have ever thought that your first margarita in 2 weeks would have been with us in the third floor of our house in the middle of quarantine?
No, I would not have guessed that. And it's my margarita mix.
Yeah. That's good. What is this margarita?
I don't
mix
know. I found it across at Sturtix, and it's just organic, low in sugar. So thought, why not? It's pretty good, right?
It's very good.
Very good.
Very
For
thoughtful.
sure.
Low sugar. No sugar or low sugar?
Lower sugar.
Low
Yes.
sugar.
Of course.
Okay.
You can't get no sugar. You might as well just squeeze lime.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
Take
point
it
to that.
straight up.
Yeah.
No.
So a little bit of context.
Mm-hmm.
You texted me yesterday and said, "Hey, my mom just creeped on you guys and watched the Jonah podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And, Jonah had just conquered coronavirus. He no longer has it. Came over and, came over and did not have coronavirus. So we don't have coronavirus in the studio. I'll say that right now. But she was like, she definitely does not want me to come on the podcast, FYI. And, that's never a good thing to hear.
Mm-mm.
So your mom's most likely listening right now. And
Probably.
she's probably putting the dots together.
Yep.
Like, oh, Sophie disobeyed me.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you say to your mom after now disobeying her?
Mom, I just had to live my life, really. I'm going crazy in quarantine. But yeah, she actually, I didn't tell her today. I was on the phone with her and she has no idea I'm here right now. But last week she was like, you need to wait for all of this to be over.
Mm-hmm.
Like you cannot be going out. She sent me home with like 5 face masks, all these gloves. She's taking it pretty seriously. And I think we all should really, like, a little bit, but I have to talk to people. Like, we're 6 feet right now. We're good.
Yeah, we have some distance to each other.
Yeah, we're fine.
And we're quote unquote essential. They did determine that news media was essential for what's going on. So we fall in that category. We haven't applied yet. I don't know how that works, but
I'm actually considered essential for WeWork. Do you guys know that?
Wow.
So I have a piece of paper in my car. It's laminated. That says like I'm an essential employee. So if I get pulled over, I can whip that out and I'm like, hey, like I'm on my way to WeWork.
Yeah, I have the same thing.
To the Backpocket podcast.
We were also thinking like if people were that freaked out about the stay-at-home thing, if they were getting pulled over on their way, like you were driving over to the podcast, we were like, we should just send out employee letters for our guests that are coming over saying, hey, they're coming over to, grab some content with the boys.
So essential.
Step off, dude. Yeah, because we're essential. It's so weird how the government can decide what is and what is not essential. Is that kind of weird?
Yeah, it is weird.
Like Eric's bike shop, I went and I called yesterday.
That's essential?
It's essential. My tires were flat and I need like a special pump. I thought the lady at the store shut me down real quick. But I called and they said, Eric's were open and you can come in. And then it was packed. I was like, holy smokes, why is this bike shop active right now?
Yeah.
You know what else is weird is that like I live by the Stone Arc Bridge and people are out and about like no other. Like I haven't seen that place as busy as it's been lately because people are so cooped up so they go out for walks. It is not 6 feet anywhere around there. It's like shoulder to shoulder. I'm like running around and I'm like, how is this allowed? But yet like, like a podcast like this, like maybe not.
Right.
It's just.
It's strange.
It's
Lake
it's
Calhoun
busy.
and Lake the Isles swarmed.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people just picnicking out on the lawn. They might as well be having coitus.
Yeah.
It's like. It's ridiculous out there.
I was on a run this morning and I was coming up behind this guy, and as I was passing, it was like an elderly gentleman. He was like 6 feet. He yelled at me as I was running by, and I like turned around. I'm like, sorry.
Yeah.
Like I had to weave around you a little bit.
When you mean weave around him, did you do like a pass rush move to like get behind him?
I did like a round off back handspring back tuck and just kind of like weaved around.
Yeah, it's a sweet flex on him.
Yeah.
I was running the other day and I was actually being, not to brag, I was pretty cognizant of that 6 foot rule.
Yeah,
like I was going off road. Like if I'm
Okay.
coming head on with a guy
Yeah.
on a single wide sidewalk, like, hey man, I'll go and get my shoes muddy for you.
Yeah.
You're a boomer. I got to help you out.
Exactly.
You know? This is the boomer doomer virus. It's not good.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Good for you. And I tried, but there was people everywhere. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. You kind of have to plot your path out.
Yeah.
Because like golf is not essential. Which, what are we doing there? How's that not essential? That's 4 people.
Even golf maintenance, they can't even keep the courses up. So when it is deemed ready to play, these courses aren't going to be ready. I'm going to be sad.
I'll play an unready course though.
Same.
Any day of the week.
Any day of the week. Let me get my swings in.
Just give me a nice green that I can putt on. Maybe get a bogey. I'm in. Like I'm totally fine with that.
So you said what kind of move did you say? You can pull a roundhouse back?
Yeah, that one.
I was
that
kidding.
flew over my
I
head.
totally. So I used to be in gymnastics, and I just said a
Oh.
round off. Like that's like a cartwheel, and then you put your feet together and you like rebound at the end. So round off, back handspring, back tuck.
Gotcha.
I don't think I can do it anymore, but
When did you stop gymnastics?
I was probably sophomore in high school.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you were at it.
I was at it for a while. I can still like hold a handstand for pretty long. I had a
Wow.
yeah. I used to win the handstand contest. Like I could hold it for like 3 minutes, just walking
Just
around.
straight
No way.
vertical.
Mm-hmm.
How
Show you
was that
sometime.
like your what was your like main sport in high school?
I would say track and field. I also did soccer, but track and field was kind of my where I shined, I guess.
Just a natural athlete. Would you say
no,
you
but-
peaked athletically
So it's funny.
then?
Well, no,
Okay.
because I hit puberty literally senior year of high school. I was the shortest person in my grade all through high school. Short, like very short, young, like looking. Senior of high school, I finally started hitting puberty, and that's when I like started getting good at my sports. Like I was like killing it, and then I think in college is probably when I would have, if I would have stuck with sports, peaked. But since I didn't really do it in college besides
Hey,
just
maybe
working
your
out.
peak hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe, but yeah, I hit puberty so late, you guys. It was like embarrassing. Not kidding.
Hey, late bloomer.
Yeah, I was
So
a late bloomer.
You're like me then, because I was hoping
You were a late
gonna,
bloomer?
I was a late bloomer. Absolutely a late bloomer.
So you were like on the phone, like sometimes I remember my brother doing this in high school. He'd pick up the phone, he'd be like, "Hello," like, and then he'd be like, "Mom."
No, I was
You're faking it.
no. I was the guy who like created a voicemail my sophomore year of high school and then didn't change it until like senior year of college. So like people would
Oh.
call me and then it would run out and then they would hear my voicemail and be like, "Is this like a 12-year-old kid?" Sorry, can't get to the phone right now. It was so ridiculous.
good.
But I would say yeah, like I overbloomed. I
You overbloomed.
I overbloomed. Like
I haven't heard that before.
well,
I haven't either. What does that mean?
I'm an overbloomer.
I'll explain. It's just, I'm an overbloomer, dude. I overgrew. No, I literally, I should, like, I think I played football at like 215. I should not have played at 215 in terms of weight.
You were 215.
I was thick.
You were
was so-
215?
I was the thickest dude ever.
When were you 215?
Like senior year of college.
Maybe I did know you. I just didn't know it was the same person.
He was no neck deck.
Yeah. No, I lost a ton of weight, like
Wow.
20-ish pounds. Yeah.
Your senior day photo with your dad walking down the football field. Oh my God, you're a chunkster. Like,
Yeah,
like your
dude.
legs.
Chunkster.
Dude, my legs are like the pistons of a Kentucky
So,
Derby winning horse. Like it's
would
crazy.
Would you say that your natural set point is like, did you have to work to be that heavy, or do you have to
Yeah.
work at being what you are now? Like, what's your natural set point, you think? Because everyone has like a,
I would say like 185,
okay, yeah.
190 maybe.
So you had to work to like be that heavy.
Yeah, I mean I was eating like 6,000 calories a day. I was freaking lifting as much weight as I possibly could. You know, like typical football
Wow.
regime. And yeah, I don't know. It was brutal. But I feel like I'm peaking now that I'm back at
Yeah.
like my set weight, which I feel like that's your
Yeah.
case too. Because like
Mhm.
you're killing the game with your fitness witness. I remember you. How long ago did you start that?
When I was unemployed, so probably, was it a year ago? Not even a year ago. Maybe like 8 months, 9 months.
Yeah, I just remember when you first started it. Like
Probably 9 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was unemployed and I was like, I got to do something with my time. So I ended up just going for it, and I kind of have been going like on and off with it, but now with this quarantine, I'm like all in.
Yeah, I could tell.
So-
I did your work. I've been doing your workouts, by the way,
Yeah.
which are, for anyone listening, your fitness witness, go do her at home workouts. They are actually impossible. Straight up. Like I
They are
struggle
not.
that the workout that you had with the lower body with the 4 different sets, all different lower bodies, and then you finish with like 50 burpees.
The burpees, yeah.
Oh my God. Like it's one of those things where you like, if you show up to a class,
it's easier to do with like a group.
Yeah. And I purposely like don't like look at the board or what the workout is, and I just kind of
go
and just go
and listen and just follow.
For me to like physically opt into a workout that I know is just gonna be insane, like those have been your workouts, and I do appreciate them. They're great.
That's why the group fitness aspect is like, that's why people like going to group fitness. Like you would never do an alter workout by yourself, and I've tried, and it's just like I can't do it. I don't get that motivation. So that's why I like group fitness, and that's why I like get a high when I coach like group fitness, because I know what you guys are feeling when you do it. It's like that same thing. You're just following along, and you're there to get a good workout, and you don't really have the option to stop and walk out. Like, sure you can, but do you really want to be the guy that just gets up and walks out? So,
yeah.
And I've been doing like Alter. Have you guys done a Zoom call with Alter yet?
I haven't.
Because you can buy $10 drop-in, and I did. And I was like, I'm just going to do it and see how I like it. And it still holds you accountable in the group fitness aspect, really, because you don't want to like sign off the Zoom call. Right. So it felt similar. So if you still need a little motivation, jump on some like online live workouts, you know?
I know. I wish I could, because I just work out at 5 a.m, so they don't have that 5:30 a.m. Zoom time slot. So kind of not my sketch.
During this quarantine, you're still doing the 5 a.m. thing?
Yeah, well, because I work out. I still work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's going into the office, which is the airport.
Oh, you are essential.
That's Decky essential to you,
essential.
sister.
Well, shaking my head.
Like,
what, dude? You shaking your head at that?
No. Honestly, I never called you Decky, and then you started calling yourself Decky. Now, I have to call you Decky. Like, whenever I hear Decky, I always think Decky Thailand. Like, it's literally like a hashtag. It's in the back of my brain.
We made mugs, actually, which was nuts. Yeah, how bad is a face mask for podcasting, real quick?
I can hear you.
Yeah. I mean, you can hear me, but no one would know if I'm talking. Yeah, it's kind of like a meme. It's also way too hot. I had to wear that all day at work today.
Yeah, that sounds exhausting.
Brutal.
Well, I hear him. So he's getting up at 5 o'clock, and I hear him huffing and puffing. I wake up at 6, and
huffing and puffing because you're working out.
He's working out. And
way to go, Decky.
Just huffing and puffing. Oh my God, I'm impressed, because I was able to get up at 4:57 every day to go to Alter. But I have not worked out one time since quarantine.
Really?
I went on a couple runs, and I get maybe 100 push-ups in a day, but that's it. I just cannot like get the motivation.
Yeah. Do you still have a routine? Like, are you doing a routine every day or no?
I have a great routine.
Yeah, because you still are working.
Yeah.
So what's changed?
Alter.
Okay.
I love the group fitness.
Yeah.
I didn't work out from finishing football in, what was that, December of 2017 until January of 2019 was when I
oh my gosh.
I took over a year off from working out, and then
I can't even take 2 days.
Well, so how has it been not being able to go to facilities and get your workouts in?
Originally, I was like really mad about that whole because I just started like this lifting program, and I needed like certain machines and everything, and I was like so mad about it. But to be honest, this quarantine, besides the fact that people are dying and this is a horrible sickness that's going around, I've been really liking it, because I feel like it's making not only me get more creative with workouts, but it's making like others kind of like tap into different ways to work out. So like the guys that are all like bulking up and they think they need all these heavy weights, and it's kind of cool to see them having to do yoga. Like, it's cool to have people do bodyweight movements. And so for me, I've been enjoying it, because I've been going to like the parks with like 2 of my friends, and we just do like a workout together. We make like a WOD workout of the day and just like do something. And I've also started boxing, which is way harder than I thought. And all these things I would never have done if it was like my normal routine. Like, so I've had more time to get more creative and kind of do different workouts. So it's been fine, honestly.
That's awesome. I think that really does reinforce the point that we've been bringing up the last couple weeks during this quarantine is, like you said, it's been a very difficult pandemic from a global standpoint.
Yeah.
Like, there's all kinds of really horrible things going on in the world. I'm not going to ignore that at all. But we also feel very blessed, like our age group of people, where we have jobs, we have a place to live, we're very healthy people, and because of those things, we're now able to think and adapt, react, and kind of influence the times that we're in, because things are changing so fast that we're able to kind of keep up with it and learn a ton through that process. So I think I'm just super thankful to kind of be in it now. I'm kind of like worried when it's gone. I'm like, I kind of like it now.
Life is going to completely change after this. Like, people are like enjoying little things in life that you usually are not enjoying. Like, I've been walking more often, listening to more podcasts. Like, when the sun comes out, I'm like, oh my gosh, what a beautiful day. And like, did I do that before? No. You know, it's like you find little things to be thankful for. And yeah, people are getting way more creative with a lot of things. Like today, no, it wasn't today. It was 2 days ago. I was on a walk, Stone Arc Bridge, and this guy, this is funny. This guy asked if he could like carry me up the stairs for like a workout as a weight.
Oh man.
Like, people are getting a little extra. Like, people are lifting their couches and like lifting rocks. I'm like, calm down. You're not going to lose that much of your gains. Like, just like calm down. But people.
So this man. So what were the words that he said? Because I assume you don't know this guy.
No, I didn't know him. So we were both like at the bottom of the stairs, and I was doing like little like toe tap things and trying to like squats and getting a little workout in. He was like, yeah, we got to get creative these days. And he's like, I could carry you up the stairs. He was like maybe kind of kidding, but also like he probably wasn't.
If you said yes, he was going
for it.
Yeah,
exactly. He would have done it. So
you told him no.
I was like, oh, huh, and I kind of just laughed and just went on with my workout.
How about we say 6 feet?
Yeah. I'm like,
oh my God. What was going through that guy's head?
Isn't
like,
that
weird?
Yeah. I don't know.
You know, this girl's, she's working out, she's doing well. I haven't carried anyone up any stairs recently.
Yeah, I haven't gotten my carries in, my farmer's carries.
Yeah, you were just complimenting the bros who are having to transition their ways of gains.
Yeah, but like, don't ask a random girl doing a workout.
Right. Don't start carrying girls because you can't carry just normal weights. Yeah. Don't farmer carry Sophie. I don't need that. No way. But I kind of want to go back and touch on, you mentioned like probably a couple minutes ago how you can't go 2 days without working out.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to connect the dots on, you graduate. I kind of know your story briefly, but you graduate, you kind of get into a certain job or whatever. I'll let you tell the story. But where has working out and all that, how did that come so much to the forefront of what you're doing today?
Yeah. Well, I've always worked out. I've been in sports. So, I mean, I don't think I've ever gone probably a week without working out ever in my life. But you're like same. Yeah. But yeah, so after college, I guess I'll just kind of tell the story a little bit. But after college, I got a job in health insurance. Hated my life. I was at a call center. I still work.
Were you at United Healthcare?
Yeah.
Same.
Really?
I worked for Robert Half, and it was a temp job, call center.
Call center. Yeah.
I had to grab nurses, or I had to grab fax numbers to doctors.
Wow.
It was horrible.
Well, I talked about, people would call me, and they'd be like, why did I pay for this? Like, my daughter needs chemo, she's dying, and blah, blah, blah. Why am I paying for this? And I'm like, well, you haven't hit your deductible yet. You're out of pocket. It was all about like health insurance, deductibles, out of pockets. And so now I understand health insurance. So I'm kind of grateful for that job, just because now I'm like, okay, like I know what's going on with health insurance, but it was horrible. I sat at a desk all day.
What was your degree?
Public health.
Public health. Which
is why this actually pandemic is pretty interesting to me too, because like my professor I bet Professor Sage would be like, wow, I should call her up and see how she's doing with this whole thing. Public health is pretty much health of the community, So
Did you ever have Jill Mansky as a professor? Or like see her come up on the class lists?
I know who she is. Yeah.
She was the head of the biology department.
Okay.
Yeah. She specialized in epidemiology.
Oh.
She was on this podcast. Not to brag.
Really?
Yeah. Episode like 26.
Yep.
I never. So for my epidemiology class, I had Professor Sage, but that's weird. I've never had.
Yeah. Wait, no, I lied. She's not epidemiology.
Yeah,
she's immunology.
Okay, that's not part of the public health curriculum then.
Gotcha.
Epidemiology though, that's like a branch off of public health. It can be like epidemiology, maternal, child health. Yeah, there's like a few different categories. But
what was your vision with getting that major?
Yeah, so good question. So I majored in public health and minored in nutrition. I still think that maybe I should have done health promotion, because health promotion's a little more based upon like helping. Oh, my friend finished her workout. Sorry, my
Is that what that beep was?
Yeah, my Apple Watch just dinged.
Holding people accountable.
Yeah, so then you can like text them back like, great job. Okay.
High five.
Yeah, high five. Okay, back to yes.
Your vision.
My vision. So I majored in public health, minored in nutrition, and health promotion is a little more like one-on-one personal training. And public health is more of a community aspect. So I was like, that's probably why I like group fitness too, because instead of just helping one person, you can help a whole room of people, just like public health. But health promotion, I would have taken more like physiology and anatomy. So I was back and forth between the two. But public health, I chose that. And right out of college, the jobs that most people get with public health degrees is in insurance. So I was in insurance, and it was just not me. Like, it just didn't feel like me. I was really anxious. I had really bad anxiety. And I honestly think it was because I was like doing a job that wasn't meaningful to me, you know? So I quit, and it was the best decision I ever made.
How many months were you working there before you quit?
I was there for 6 months, I think. Okay. So a decent amount of time.
Yeah, you gave it a good stab.
Yeah, I stabbed at it for 6 months. It was miserable. And then I was unemployed, and I guess I worked at Alter. I was the front desk.
Oh.
Yeah, at Alter.
I'm connecting the time frames now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So they wouldn't let me coach at Alter until I was personal training certified.
Yeah.
And I coached at Alchemy all throughout actually college, and when I was actually working at Optum too. So Alchemy, I didn't have to be certified, but I still love group fitness. I just liked working out. But then I started at Alter, and I'm like, I wasn't doing much besides the front desk. I was applying for jobs, but I was like, I'm going to get my personal training degree. So then I did an 8-week course through Lifetime and became a CPT, so certified personal trainer.
What's that like, by the way? Is that like pretty stringent or?
So I got my personal training degree through NASM, which is accredited nationwide, I guess. It's the most accredited CPT or certification that you can get. The test is actually kind of difficult. So you did have to study. Some people just like try to take it, and it's not one of those tests that you can just study on your own, read the textbook, and take. I did this 8-week course because it kind of like took you through lesson plans, and we had like live labs on Saturdays. So yeah, it was pretty intense, honestly, and took the test though and passed, and then started coaching at Alter. Loved it.
Is there a fitness part of the test? Like, are you having to do like 100 burpees in 6 minutes?
No.
Okay.
You can be a personal trainer and be really out of shape.
Interesting.
But they usually don't do very well with clients.
Sure.
I can imagine.
Yeah. And then I got a job at WeWorks, and I just coached part-time at Alter. I'm still at WeWork right now. And I do love WeWork a lot. It's really cool.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's that.
That's crazy. So then, and then your fitness witness that creeped in. Last summer.
So yeah, that creeped in when I was getting my personal training degree, actually.
Okay.
Because I have a hard time like wasting time, if that makes any sense. So like when I didn't have a job, I felt like it was just, I didn't have a meaning. So I was like, I'm going to start this Instagram account. I'm going to start doing fitness studio reviews, see if people like it.
Those were sweet.
Yeah.
Your writing is really awesome. Like
oh, cool. Thank you.
I loved reading those, especially about Alter, and see what you had to say, because it was right before I think you actually might have started working there, or like right as you were working there.
Yep.
And I didn't know many of them, like Fly Feet and all the various ones you tried, but you went to a ton.
Oh yeah.
And reviewed them
I'm
all.
not even close to how many I should be going to. Like there's so many more on my list that I gotta go to.
Minnesota is a hub.
Yeah, it's becoming fitness capital, really.
Fitness mecca.
It is, yeah. Like Austin, Texas is one. Minneapolis is becoming one. Like Barry's is opening here. That means it's a fitness capital.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if Barry's is coming, shit's about to get real.
Big competition.
All I gotta say.
Because you're almost a Barry's trainer, right?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Is that something we could talk about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah. Because
I love talking about Barry's.
Sweet.
So Why do you think Minnesota is a hub right now for fitness?
Well, I mean, think of all the studios that have opening up in Minneapolis, like in the past, even like 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And all the like various places you can go to get a workout. It's grown so much in the past like 5 years with studios opening up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Barry's Bootcamp noticed that, I think, and they decided to open up a location here. It was supposed to open mid-April, but that's probably not going to happen anymore. It's kind of up in the air. But yeah, so they reached out to me, and we have 6 founding instructors, and we are supposed to have 2 weeks of training. We had 1 week in New York, and then coronavirus happened. So they sent us back to Minneapolis. So when this is all over, we're supposedly supposed to go out to LA and do another week of training.
Damn,
Yeah.
that is so cool.
But we haven't heard anything, and yeah, I just really hope everything goes as planned, but it's just going to be pushed back a little bit.
What jazzes me up about like your progression in literally less than a year is how far you've come, but you've come so far because of how much you've tripled down on the meaning and the things that actually make you feel like you have meaning.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that just dance around what they want to do, and that's not a problem. Like people figure it out as they go, but I noticed you have been very intentional about your fitness since day one.
Thank you. Yeah.
And the second you had just an opening of time, like you said, you don't like to just waste time. So you've just been filling that time, and it's been fun to see you grow because of that just consistent work all the time. It's impressive.
Yeah. And for a while I was like, what do I everyone, I don't know if everyone feels this way, but I feel like I'm here for a reason. Like I have to have a meaning. Like, and for a while I'm like, should I go this direction? Should I go this direction? Should I go this direction? But I think I was listening to a podcast. I don't know exactly what they said. I don't even remember the podcast, but it said something like, just pick something and go like all in. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to pick it, and started that account. And I think I made the right decision because I have fun doing it. I have fun watching people save my workouts. I have fun reviewing studios. And it just like, as I'm doing it, I know like I feel more like myself, and I'm not as anxious anymore. Like I know I'm working towards what I want. So every step I'm taking, it's like I'm getting a little farther. So. And
have you felt like the act of like going all in on yourself? Have you felt people gravitating towards you that are similar to you, and like you're starting to attract like friends that are on the same wavelength?
100%. That's like one of the biggest things I've noticed is, you've probably like my friends. I have a lot of friends, past friends, whatever. But
friends brag. That's good.
I have really so many friends. No, I meant like. I guess.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
Yeah, I guess like now I feel like I'm making friends that are more, I don't even know how to explain it, but
like-minded.
Yeah, like-minded, and they value the same things as me, and I feel like I don't feel as judged, if someone else is kind of on the same page as you. So, yeah.
Yeah, because getting in this field, there's a lot of people always like negative towards a publicity stunt of you posting all the time, and but the importance of that and showing what you're doing to help someone else, like there's almost every single time you post, you have 1 or 2 people just reaching out saying, hey, that was really cool.
Exactly.
And that's why we do it. We're not doing it to please everyone, and the people that do look at it and be like, oh, here's Sophie again posting.
Unfollow me then.
Unfollow. Like, you're not why I'm doing this. So,
exactly.
And then they start fading away, and you attract, tripling down on yourself attracts the triple down of everyone else around you. So kudos to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. If I would have been afraid of like the 2 people that I thought, 2-3 people that were judging me when I probably started that fitness account, like what about the 500 people that are like saving the workout or messaging me, or now like I've even started taking online clients during this quarantine, and I've like have an app now, and I'm helping them with their nutrition, their workouts. Like I'm literally, I feel so like, it just makes me feel good that I'm helping other people. And it's like, if I would have been afraid of 2 people that were judging me, like I wouldn't have impacted other people. So
yeah.
Can we plug your app?
Yeah, well, it's actually not my app. So
You're part of an app.
yeah, so it's called Trainerize. If you're a trainer out there, look into it. It is so cool. So you can see, you can in message them on this app. You can see their nutrition, their food intake. You can see how many steps they get. You can write workouts, and it has videos for each workout. It's amazing. Yeah.
Sweet.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not my app. I wish it was my app.
Yeah, it's cool to say you're on an app.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It is.
She's an app girl.
Yeah.
She's got it all dialed in. That's sick. But I do also think there's an aspect like when it gets to a point where, like I was thinking about this today, where a lot of my things I'm thinking about is like the marketing side of what we do as a podcast to just make this thing look great, but at the same time, like if someone's to walk into the door for the first time and see what this is, like I hope they understand that we're a podcast and this, that, and the other. But I always forget like the first tier of I just love it so much, and I forget that there are people that have like reservations about even posting because they don't even know if they like it or not. And I just think that is such an important piece, right? Because if you love what you do and then you post it and then you get one person reaching out and saying, hey, this is awesome, or hey, can I be work out with you or whatever, like then it's a reward, right, of like your marketing and why you do it. But ultimately I think it's just we do it because we love it. It's ultimately beneficial to all of us, you know. I don't know, I was just thinking about that. I thought it was worth putting out there. I don't know. It's a podcast. That's what we do.
I like that. I like that. So yeah, I bet when you guys started this too, it was probably like you guys had any friends judge you like, what are you guys doing starting a podcast?
I don't know if they ever had the balls to say,
okay,
like,
but
hey,
they may
you
have
guys gotta
thought
stop.
it. Yeah, to be
Rolling
honest,
their
I guess
eyes.
yeah, exactly. Behind the scenes eye rolls. Yeah, but you guys look at you now. You're not average anymore.
Oh, we're still wildly average.
We're very average, Sophie.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I guess you've known us since college probably, but what was like the first podcast you listened to of ours?
First one, I remember. Whoa, it took me a little bit. I was on a plane. I don't know where I was going.
Classic.
It was Austin's Jokum.
Sweet.
Jokums.
Yes.
Is it Jokum, right?
Yokum.
Yokum.
It's Yokum?
Soft J.
Like yoke, like he's
Yeah, like he's
because
yoked.
he's yoked.
Yeah.
Joke.
Yoked Yokum.
Yokum strength.
He needs to rename it. Yeah, okay, Yokum.
He needs to rename.
Yeah, rebrand. But yeah, he was talking about something about like finding your why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds like Yokum.
Yeah.
Yep.
When's he not talking about? That's why.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Sweet.
I remember like, dang, that was pretty good. I felt pretty motivated, and that was before I started your Fitness Witness too. And I was like, maybe it got me thinking. Who knows?
Planted a seed. Yeah, that was February in 2019, so just before the summer.
That's crazy. Yoga, it's so interesting. Like he was one of the first podcasts we did last year, and when he came on for the first time, like
Was it in the little small studio?
it was in our little, our little. What do you even call that? Our
guys-
Airbnb. We Airbnb it.
He was telling me about that. I was like, you got to take some nice photos of that. There was like a mattress on the floor. The walls have like posters kind of like peeling off.
Yeah, it's
like-
brutal in there.
It's been worn down. We had a lot of podcasts.
You've had
recorded
any
there.
renters in there?
Yeah, a
Any
few.
Airbnb
Yeah, like
renters?
Like Andrew's brother came through.
My buddy, Griffin.
Griffin Sordo, Gabe Fighton.
My dad
Yeah, Andrew's
Just for
dad.
fun, you should put it on Airbnb and see who.
strikes it up.
See who.
Well, the
buys
best
it.
part is Jack Baby the influencer's across the hall, and he'll go viral if he's got someone sleeping next to him.
I mean, it's only right.
But yeah, these guys have stepped it up. I mean, this isn't an average studio. This is beautiful. Look at it. Little attic, cute chairs over there.
Yeah, we're giving it
Cute chairs.
giving it the old go.
Yes.
But so you mentioned berries and everything. I want to know kind of your with the quarantine, and I've noticed you've started to do these in-home workout schedules. You're picking up some clients. Like, how are you planning on? What are you trying to accomplish this year? What are your goals? What are you trying to get after here?
Wow, that's a heavy question.
We lift heavy on this podcast.
Yeah, I noticed. Okay, so so Barry's, once that opens, I'm hoping to still work at WeWork because I do really love that job. And it actually, when I started WeWork, I thought that it was going to help me meet companies, honestly. I was like, I'll make connections because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But instead, it kind of turned into me noticing all these like entrepreneurs and how they're doing it. Like, why can't I do it? So I'm like, I'm going to vamp up your fitness witness a little bit. But so I do really love WeWork, and I love my team. I love everyone there. But when Barry's opens, I think I'm going to be part-time there. And I'm hoping to still take online clients. So kind of see how that goes for a while. If things turn out in like 10 years, 5 years from now, I don't know, maybe I would go full-time in fitness and just kind of have a few different side hustles along with online personal clients, group fitness, and yeah. So we're kind of going with it right now, Decky. Just going with it.
I love it. No, that's there's no. If you were to ask me what our plans are, we're about the same thing. Like,
okay.
We just operate and try and figure this thing out as we go, which I think
we're just not trying to go under.
Yeah, exactly. Stay above the water.
Yeah, head above the water.
Pretty much that's it. But I don't know. That's freaking awesome.
So what exactly is Barry's, and why does it make them why when their name is brought up, fitness joints here in Minneapolis start to
freak out?
Get scared.
They're tremble.
They're trembling.
They do.
That's a great word. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's trembling. Barry's Bootcamp is known as the best workout in the world.
Holy
so
shit.
Get ready.
I thought that was your workout.
Yeah, well, it'll be.
It's going to be.
It's going to be.
Right.
Yes. So Barry's Bootcamp is similar. Have you been to Fly Feet?
I have.
You have? Okay, so it's similar to that. It's on the floor and also on the treadmill. So you do like sprint intervals on the tread, and then there's lifting movements on the floor, and you kind of alternate between the two. What's different about Barry's and Fly Feet is I would say that Barry's is a little more. Well, obviously Barry's is a chain. Fly Feet is Minneapolis based,
Yeah,
but Barry's Bootcamp is a little more systematic in their approach of like how they program their workouts. So you'll focus like one day just on abs and ass. Next day is like chest, back, and abs. So you can go like multiple days of the week because you're switching what muscles you're fatiguing each day. So that's going to allow you to get more, build more muscle and allow your muscles to actually recover and rebuild. So that's why people really enjoy the Barry's workout, because it's very systematic. The coaches have like a guideline of what they have to follow, but they're allowed to kind of get creative too. So Fly Feet, you have the same workout all day. Most fitness studios, same workout all day. But at Barry's Bootcamp, they kind of market their trainers. So like 9 a.m. Sophie's going to be coaching, 10 a.m. Austin's coaching. Like some people are like, oh, I like Austin's creativity, so I'm going to go to his class. Sophie usually is really good for the abs and ass day, so I'm going to go, so it's a little more systematic, but it has a little creativity in there as well. And it's a great ass workout because you're still like torching calories every time because you're on the treadmill, but you're also burning muscle in a systematic approach. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
When you say creativity, what do you mean by like, are you like physically changing the workout or?
Yeah. So you can program it yourself.
Oh.
But if it's chest, back, and abs, I'm only allowed to do movements that are associated with chest, back, and abs. And I can't be like throwing in any sort of lunges on that day, for example.
Sure.
But there's bands, there's weights, there's benches. And so, yeah, you just get creative as a trainer yourself. You have your own music. A lot of them like put mixes together. You have beat drops when it's like 3, 2, 1. It's almost like a performance, but it's like a spiritual class. Like you get like high off it. The room is like dim. It's like red. It's like a sexy. It has like a sex appeal to it. It's cool.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, because Alter is our
I'm
pride
getting
and
excited
joy.
talking
Alter's
about
our pride and joy, Sophie.
Yeah, I know. I love Alter.
And we know you love Alter.
I'll still go to Alter.
Right, and we love Alter, but you're talking me on to this Barry's.
Andrew I think Andrew just really likes the sex appeal of Barry's workouts is what it sounds like.
Right, you're talking about torquing calories?
Yeah, we're talking about torquing calories.
Torching.
Torching. Not twerking.
We're twerking calories.
Whoops.
What is we're twerking calories, dude. All ass and abs day.
Dude, all I heard was ass and abs.
No,
ass and abs with Sophie.
But what is nice about Barry's, and you could still go to Alter, which I think you should. Love Alter. Love it, love it, love it. Just kidding. But you can still go to Alter, and if you're sore and you're like, I can't do a full body workout tomorrow, maybe you'll do something that's you could like supplement it with a berries workout because you can only do arms if you know your legs are sore.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that.
Mm-hmm.
What is like your favorite workout right now in home?
I haven't done the same thing twice this whole quarantine.
Not even the Bowflex dumbbell workout?
No.
That shit slapped.
I mean, I do use those dumbbells, but
look, when I saw you were like,
they're my dad's. I'm like, Dad, can I bring these home? He's like, my Bowflex dumbbells.
we got a whole set downstairs, and I was literally thinking to
nice.
myself one day, I was like, man, I wish there was just like a custom workout for these dumbbell, like Bowflex dumbbells. Sure as shit, the next day I see Sophie like freaking squat jumping with them or something. I'm like, perfect.
They were squat cleans.
Squat cleans. I stand corrected.
Yes.
But yeah, those are the ones I appreciate.
Did you do that workout?
I did. That was the workout I did.
That's a good one.
Now
yeah.
that one kicks ass.
Yeah, I like that one. I actually programmed it similar to Alter, which is why you probably liked it.
How do you program workouts?
I guess I just use what I know from training and from like Alter. I like the way Alter does it because a lot of times they have like a little bit of a superset, which is 2 movements. So they do like 60 seconds on, 30 seconds off. I think for that workout I did the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like how Alter has like a finisher at the end, which I always like to add a finisher just to really end with like an exclamation point. So
very spiritual journey as you're doing 50
and
burpees.
And there's so many different ways that trainers program. Like if I wanted, you could get really specific and say like Mondays are upper body, you know, you're just doing bis and tris and you're doing chest and back. But for me, if I'm posting like on Instagram, I like to kind of usually do like a full body just because you never know what people want, I guess, but
sure.
Or lower upper body. I don't know.
When you're writing the workout,
Mm-hmm.
how do you know how hard it actually is?
I do it.
Yeah, but you're a stud, so you're probably like, oh, I crushed that. What would average Andy over here? Could he handle it?
I usually think of average Andy when I'm doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's good to know.
But you also, the thing is, I like to program workouts more difficult because you can always modify. That's what I always think. So I'd rather someone like be like, holy shit, that was way too hard, or holy shit, that is really hard. Okay, well then take out a round, you know, rather than making it too easy. And people are like, wow, I feel like I didn't get a workout in. I better do another one.
Right. It kind of like almost invalidates if it's too easy.
Exactly.
That's fair.
Have you ever done a workout that you've written and you're like, okay, I can't put that out there. That's way too hard.
No.
Ooh. Wow.
You can modify.
That's fair. But you've never just like done a workout and you're like, okay, that was a bit excessive.
I actually have I guess. I have a treadmill one. If you click through my workout highlight, there's a treadmill workout that you do with a partner. And I kind of base it off of fly feet actually. So it's like when one person's sprinting, the other person's doing an AMRAP on the floor, or as many rounds as possible, the floor. And that one was really hard actually. So no, I don't know if anyone's really done it because no one's commented on it. So maybe you two can try and let me know how it goes.
Totally cool with that. Would you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll try it. But AMRAP stands for as many reps as possible.
As many rounds as possible.
As many rounds as possible.
I know. I said AMRAP and then I looked. I was like, I should probably tell you what that means.
That's been on the board on Alter for over a year. And I'm always like, wonder what that means.
You never knew that?
Oh my gosh.
Never knew that.
What about EMOM?
Every minute on the minute.
There we go.
Yeah, because Tyler loves saying that.
What about Tabata?
Yeah.
That
Let's
one.
hear it.
2 for 1 at the farmer's market.
20 seconds on, 10 seconds off.
Oh, it's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the beat?
No, it doesn't.
There's a Tabata.
No, it doesn't actually stand for anything. It just a Tabata workout is 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. I don't know what the meaning is.
It's not an acronym.
No, it's not an acronym.
Oh man, we should look that
20 seconds.
Yeah, I always think of like Congo drums when I hear
Tabata.
Tabata.
That's as spiritual as it gets right there, baby.
Yeah.
The old Tabata. That's crazy, dude. Damn. Well, holy hell. Yeah, we should do that freaking
You guys have a treadmill?
No.
No, we don't, but we can make that happen, I feel like, somehow.
You guys here, we'll do a workout in the park someday in this quarantine.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll do like a little
Yeah. No, that'd kick
work.
ass.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I think that's TikTok content.
For sure.
Because
I've been going to Commons Park like every day with my friends, and the guy that I go with usually brings like a barbell, kettlebell, jump rope, and we do like a really cool circuit with like sprints, and you guys can join.
Yes. You would actually, now that I think about that, once we should get you connected with Luis, the guy who runs Embrace North.
Oh.
You know this how we've been.
I know Embrace North, yeah.
Yeah. So the founder of that is this guy named Luis Leonardo. He was a Guatemalan triathlete.
Dang.
He lives here. He was on the podcast a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, he's a badass. But he does all these just like crazy workouts with the mindset of, I want you to be the most fit person possible, so that if the world goes to shit and you got to survive out in the wild, like I want you to be prepared.
Wow.
Yeah.
he's like 70% is your max. Only go 70%. But we're gonna like use the best 70% that you have to offer. I don't know the exact meaning behind it, but it's like, don't run yourself into the ground, right? Give yourself your 70%, because then you can focus on your health and well-being versus just worrying about pushing yourself to extremes. Where at the end of the day, like that's not what we're here for. We're not here to work ourselves into the ground and not be able to operate the next day.
Oh, so he doesn't want you to go all out.
Correct.
But he does go all out, doesn't he?
Well, his 70% is different than my 70%.
That's so I would love to do a workout like all four of us.
I wonder
like,
what his 100% is.
I think he learned when he was doing was it triathlete or was it
It's triathlon?
Triathlon? Yeah. When he was doing his triathlon, he said he got some major injuries, and that's why he's
pulled back a little.
His 70% still like my 140, so it's fine.
He's the one sitting in cold water for 20 minutes and saying that's my 70%.
Yeah.
I thought you guys started that.
Ooh.
A lot of people think that.
Yeah. The first time I heard it was when you guys were taking a bath on a Sunday, and I was like, what are these guys doing?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
I got to go to that, though.
When we kick it back up, whenever quarantine's over.
Yeah, we're going to get ice tubs. Or just like tubs and fill it with ice.
There you go.
Go up
And
north to Duluth,
workouts.
too. That was our other plan.
Oh, I see.
We had all kinds of different things in the works. I don't know what we're going to be doing now. But Luis is just... He has all these crazy ideas, and he'll put Andrew and I in a group text and be like, what do you guys think of this? And we're like... Sounds good to us.
Let's go.
We'll go work out in a hot barn in 2 hours north of here. Why not? Dude, he's got some wild ideas. Like, that's what I'm saying. Dude, come work out this one of these days.
That sounds like 100%, not 70.
Yeah.
A hot barn? No, thank you.
I'm telling you. It's Luis is 70. Everybody else is 100. Straight up. But I don't know. He's a nut. He biked across the United States on a single speed bike, 100 miles a day for a whole month, like 27 days. He did like 2,700 miles, did like California to Charlotte or something like that. I don't know. It's not all the way across the United States, but it's pretty damn close.
I feel like it was.
It was
all the way across. And he started it with a 27-minute plank. And then for charity, and then he single speed rode. Oh, and the meaning behind it was he was stopping at the police station at every community that he would spend the night at and talk about sex trafficking.
Oh.
And he was trying to spread the word on how to, and he was working for a charity and tying it all into that end of that. It was really cool.
Wow, I feel like I gotta go do something like that.
Yeah, his 100% or his 70%.
That's amazing. Good for him.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
we're really talking through this one. Holy shit! No, absolutely, man. Are we still live? Oh yeah. Whoops. But God, I still can't get over those chunks. By the way. Those deserve some screen time.
They're chunky. They are chunky. My first pair of chunks.
I have to ask you.
Oh, yeah.
Fitness apparel and going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
So you wrote a blog post about for Yoakum Strength.
10 things guys need to stop doing in the gym.
Yeah, we need to unpack this a little bit.
Yeah.
Because our audience needs to hear this. I'm assuming one of them is, I can't remember them off the top of my head, but I'm assuming one of them has to deal with dudes approaching girls in the weight room and trying to, work their 30-second elevator pitch. Yeah, get a date on that calendar. Give me a Google Hangout. I'm assuming you put that in your top 10 list.
Oh, that was definitely on there. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that was on the top 10 for sure. And it's not about that you can't approach a girl maybe like after the workout, but like during the workout, definitely not. Sorry, I'm trying to find it so I can like reference
it. What was the what has been like the worst?
I'll read them out for you guys.
No, we need to hear this top 10.
I need to hear the top 10,
And
but going off that. Real
And
quick.
for people, no, hold on. People that need to find it, yoakumstrength.com.
Oh, yeah.
It's got the most clicks on his entire page. Whether you're looking for workouts or a blog post, this is the number one thing on Yoakum Strength.
It's Sophie's article that she wrote for him. Oh, that kicks ass.
There's some fun gifts in there too.
Hell yeah.
Okay, 10 things guys need to stop doing in the gym. I started off by calling them meatheads, so that's bad,
but it's true.
Yeah, I was like, do you want me to go like authentically myself and like add some swear words? And he's like, yeah, you do you. I'm like, okay, here we go. 1, obnoxious grunting.
Yeah, get rid of that.
And I get like a little bit of grunt, that's fine. But like when the guy's like, look how much I'm lifting, so I'm gonna really grunt.
When they're starting to add the Z in
Yeah.
their grunt,
There doesn't doesn't need to be a Z. I like this. That's a good one. I like that.
No Z's.
No Z. You can do a little grunt.
Soft J.
Yeah. 2, wearing non-functional clothes to be fashionable or sexy. I'm talking about like, see the guys with like Timberlands and like
People work out with
flannel.
Timberland?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Is that what they're called?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, considering talking to, hitting on, or staring at any female. Obviously.
What about like the mirror stare? That I feel like I'm always getting away with murder on that one.
Yeah. No, don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it.
I'm also just like tired.
Well, look at yourself.
That's fair.
4, pretending to be in a music video. This is more like at a Lifetime gym. Like group fitness is different. I think that's fine. I like pretend I'm a music video when I'm at group fitness classes.
Mm-hmm.
I give a little dance.
Mm-hmm.
5, being unhygienic. 6, loudly dropping weights.
That aged well, by the way. Being unhygienic.
Yeah.
That actually plays more now than when it did.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 7, flexing in the mirror. 8, skipping leg day, obviously. Or just skipping any sort of movements that you're bad at,
Mm-hmm.
Get your cleans in.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not doing cleans, man. I'll be honest.
Squat cleans.
Oh, yeah.
You
I
got
I was gonna say you just did them, didn't you?
Sometimes I forget. I do so many movements.
9, mansplaining.
Ooh, yeah.
Or like
That's our
giving
podcast.
giving unwarranted advice.
Yeah, our whole podcast is mansplaining.
Yeah, just kidding. No, it's not. No, you guys don't mansplain. Mansplaining is like the way you talk to females, acting like they're incapable of what you're saying. Like they don't know what you're saying just because they want, I don't know, they want to show off and portray themselves more manly than they think. I don't know. 10, men oh, this is kind of aggressive. Men circle jerking each other to take videos of their lifts.
Nice. But you got to grab the content.
Yeah.
Yoakum,
That got the attention.
Yeah. Yeah, that got the clicks. There it is. What is like the craziest story you've had from like any of those 10 experiences? So I would start with the first one of like guys coming up to you and like
Oh no, the first one was
hitting on
grunting.
grunting. Okay.
I have a story. I don't think guys don't hit on me at the gym. Maybe
Really? Is that because you're so fast? Like you just
Yeah,
you're
just-
always
I'm just moving, keep the eyes down.
yeah.
No.
Like to me, I think you sprint to every station because
Yeah.
you are just you need
I am
that
like
energy.
I'm going all the time, but yeah, no, I don't really have a good story of any guy hitting on me at the gym.
Well, that's good.
But
Besides the guy asking to carry you upstairs recently,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
you
that
covered
was
your bases.
Yeah,
on
there we go. I'll use that story. But no, this guy at Lifetime, I have a grunting story. I swear to God, he was following me at every station, and he would like be like 2 feet behind me, grunting. So I'm like, I am so sick of this guy. Like, so I went back behind. Like, if you've ever been to the Lifetime in St. Louis Park, they used to have this old alpha room. No one is there. It is like vacant all the time. I went back there, and then I went back into the racquetball rooms? Like where is that what it is? Like the white walls.
Yeah,
It's
racquetball.
racquetball.
Yeah.
What's it? There's another name for it. though.
Something like
Thing
that.
like pickleball or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It'll come to me.
Shut the door. Brought my yoga mat in there to do abs. All of a sudden, door opens. There's like 5 other racquetball rooms, and he's going to the other corner and continuing to grunt. And I was just like so over it. I just hate men grunting.
You couldn't lose them.
I couldn't lose him.
Jesus.
Is there any acceptable time for when a man can grunt? Because sometimes we got asked.
Yeah. I would say Olympic powerlifters.
I was trying to get my burpees in.
And that is your excuse. But other than that, no.
We have these.
No, you can do little grunts if you need to when you're doing burpees.
Right, because Matt Weiss tells us on the ski erg to give a.
Oh, okay. That's
like
okay.
Yeah.
Isn't a.
It's a hiss.
It's
more.
a hiss.
Isn't a. Like a.
There's no Z in there.
I'm trying to add the Z.
Yeah. Oh, it's good.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, I learned at boxing too. The guys I've been boxing with lately, they do this grunting thing every time they hit because they like exhale, and I just roll my eyes. I'm like, let's stop grunting. I just don't like it. I don't know.
Maybe that's why no one approaches you at the gyms, because they just see you fucking hitting bags the whole time. I would never approach a girl, period, but I would not approach a girl that's fucking beating the shit out of a bag. Straight up, dude.
No.
You'd be
No
scared.
chance.
You'd be like,
Oh my gosh. What's it like grabbing but we do have to or you have to specifically film yourself working out.
Yeah, that's awkward.
You don't like that?
I hate it, but yeah, I don't like doing it if I was at a Lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
But in my own home, I'm like, okay, cool. It's just a little more awkward. I got a stand for my phone, so if I haven't done much in the gym lately, obviously because of this quarantine, but I think I'll eventually just kind of get over the fact that I'm gonna have my tripod there and I'm just gonna film a little bit.
Yeah. Because I guess I already know the majority of the workouts when you list them.
Yeah.
So I understand why the video's there for if someone doesn't know.
Well, a squat clean, a lot of people don't know how to do that correctly. So you do have to post it. And I think it adds a little bit of oh, she also did the workout. So,
yes,
if it's just
validation.
I'm posting it, it's cool, did you even do it? But if you show the movements, demo the movements, people are like, oh, okay, she actually did it too. I'll do it.
Right. Yeah, because that's what I appreciate about your page is you post what the actual workout is. So it makes it very easy for me to just go on Instagram, go to your profile, click on the workout that I want to do, and then move forward.
Yeah.
Simple. You gotta figure it out.
That easy.
Because there's some people that just post 95 Instagram stories and then they lay out every single thing that you did, and I'm like,
it's not all on one page,
Right,
it has to be a one pager.
Yeah, package it up, send it over to me.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime.
There we go.
That's exactly what I need.
That's what I need too.
What's your playlist that you listen to?
It's called Songs That I Hear That Would Sound Cool High.
Oh, wait, you shared that with me one time.
No, I shared
that was a different one?
Songs That I Hear That Would Sound Cool High 2. It was my second installment.
You have 2?
Yeah, well, the original
So how often are you high?
Not often.
They would sound cool if I were high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah. But then when you are high, can you imagine?
And
I just missed my mouth.
You're great. Number 1.
We got that on camera, by the way.
Great.
We'll make sure we we'll post that on Instagram
in slow motion.
Half
Love
speed.
it.
Half speed. There's 700 songs that I think would sound cool if I were high.
No, there's 270.
Every single song I like would sound cool high because it'd just be 10 times better.
It's so true. No, but this playlist
Sorry, Grandma.
is a.
Grandma's tuning in. She made it to the hour mark.
No.
She definitely didn't.
Yeah, no way.
She's in bed now.
She's in bed now. This podcast put her to sleep. But this playlist I started when I was a junior in college, and it was I just sent it to everyone that I knew that would also probably find songs that they would think sounded cool high.
Is it a vibey slow kind of playlist though? Because how
it
do you
bounces
work
around.
out? Okay.
It bounces around. It's just got it. Yeah, it kills. It's songs from.
Okay, share me number 1 too. I want to.
Because honestly, number 2, the one that you have, not that great.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with it. I have to rebrand. Actually, I rebranded so much that I went back to the original because I was like, oh, I like this one way more.
There you go.
So
I can't remember the last sequel that I liked, so that was anticipated. There's never been a good sequel.
Shrek 2 was great, but it wasn't as good as Shrek 1.
Marcus is thinking Terminator 2.
Terminator 2.
That's a good point.
That's a really good point.
Can't relate to that one.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten high and gone to a workout before?
No, but I've done a workout drunk before.
That sounds horrible.
No, it wasn't.
Really?
It was like, no, I felt still like I was ready to go. It's like whenever I am drunk, I want to like run. Like I want to run home from the bar.
Yeah.
I want to just like walk around. I just want to like, so no, I felt like it was awesome.
Okay. And
it
it
was
like
just,
an intentional workout.
Yeah, it was intentional. I had just had a margarita.
Okay.
Yeah, my favorite drink. And it was a margarita and a half, but I feel pretty lit after like a solid margarita. And then because we did like a happy hour, and then I went to, I think it was Alter, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
Was it Alter? Yeah.
I've done Vinny's yoga so hungover several times.
Yeah.
But he guides me so well. Like I just
He just
listen to
guides
Vinny
me
and
through
I feel
it.
so at ease and at
I
peace.
haven't been to his yoga class yet. I need
good.
to go.
They're so good.
You can really find your flow state.
I've been meaning to sign up for the Zoom conversation or the Zoom one on Sundays. They have them at like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
But I will say, getting high and doing workouts, that's
How's
where it's
that?
at. It's
I
awesome.
have heard people do that a lot, actually.
Yeah. I had like a routine last summer where I would every Friday for the 4:30 class I would smoke a bowl and go do a workout, and it was the best thing ever. Literally the best.
What is it like? Are you more out of breath?
No.
I was more out of breath.
Yeah, that's how I would think it would feel.
And I got parched really quick.
You do get parched pretty fast, but I don't know.
You kind of forget what you're doing. Like,
yes,
I don't know,
that's it.
doing-
That's exactly it.
Okay.
You're doing like box jumps. I'm like, holy shit! Like I'm just bouncing.
I'm just going.
I'm just going. Everyone else is going.
Well, you just start to realize like the environment that you just start, your mind just goes right.
Yeah.
And like especially at an Alter, or eventually like a Barry's or any of these places that you show up where it's like a very specific vibe that they're trying to put off. Like you really pick up on that when you're
it's
high.
like almost in a club.
Yes.
But you're working out.
Yes. So I had this theory though one time when I went, and it was that Peter guy who was at Alter.
Peter Spitznagel?
Yeah.
I love him.
He's the man. But
He is the man.
But when I went into one of his classes on like a Friday one time, and I had this realization, I was like, the fitness boutique era that we're in right now is like back in the 90s when you had all those like spandex like crazy. I don't even know how you would define that era, but like go back to those old school 90s workouts with people with the headbands and all that shit.
The little like little wristbands here, the little weights in their hands.
Yeah, like
Sitting at the mall,
right.
getting everyone together at the mall.
Right. Like the boutique fitness era right now has that specific community. Granted, like the workouts are completely different.
Yeah.
Much more thoughtful. There's all kinds of different stuff involved, but I just think the vibe that like a Barry's or an Alter or these places are trying to put off is so much like that 90s vibe.
Oh, okay.
Thoughts?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I can't really see where you're coming from with, I guess I get like you mean by the lighting and the.
No, I'm just saying like we're going to look back and we're gonna see every girl's wearing like let's hyperbolize it, right?
Okay, every girl's wearing the Gymshark or the Lulu.
Yes.
And it's always like this dark dim lighting and it's like this pulse now.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I feel you.
Exactly. Yes. And I got like my headband on. I got my tights on. Like everybody.
Guys wearing the shorts with the tights underneath.
Right.
Do you guys do that?
Yes. Of course.
Okay, so most guys do that.
Is that a bad vibe or is that?
No, I've noticed a lot of guys do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you just wear shorts? You don't like. Is that
I don't like my legs.
Yeah.
Gotta cover up my legs.
Oh.
No, I like to show off my barrels every once in a while. Just depends.
My barrels.
My barrels, dude. Because like white tights make your legs look faster. I don't know.
Faster?
I can't remember the last time I seen a girl wearing shorts at the gym. Always leggings.
Yeah. That's true.
Why aren't you wearing shorts?
I had to wear shorts 4 days ago, and I was like, I feel
exposed.
Very exposed. Yeah. Not fun.
But imagine
White
a room
legs.
of like just all Gymshark neon girls or like Lululemon.
Yeah,
and
you're
then
right. I see where you're coming from now. It just took me a little bit.
Right. And then like
people
the
are going to look
dudes-
back and it's going to be like, it's going to be the whole category of how the 90s played out. But this is like a certain time of.
Right. Because it's going to change. Like
Yeah.
We're all going to go back to shorts eventually.
And it's going to be like no dim lighting. It's going to be like open windows and who knows.
We're just going to be working going to be working outside probably. I don't know.
Bring the greenery inside. There's gonna be plants everywhere. I don't know. I just thought of it. Thought it'd be a good idea.
Andrew's greenhouse workouts. Work out inside a grow house.
We're gonna start throwing pottery.
I definitely wear shorts in the summer. I don't wear leggings. If I'm gonna get like really sweaty, I won't wear shorts to like a HIIT workout. I meant leggings to a HIIT workout. I'll wear shorts.
All
right.
I'll hold you to that.
Okay.
Yeah, right on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sick. But it's so interesting that everyone just like, I mean, everyone wants to just look, everyone wants to be popping off when they work out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame them for that.
Yeah. Well, it kind of gets you to the gym too. Like if I get a new workout outfit, I will be waking up early and going to the gym to like show it off rather than doing like a quick workout in my living room. You know, if I got a cute outfit, that's one reason to go.
I would love for you to put on like an event. I want you to put on some sort of fitness event. Yeah, I would show up to that.
Oh, I'll for sure do it in the future. I just can't do it now because.
Oh yeah. I just want to bring it up. I want to document it here.
Okay.
Like, let's get some on the books, dude. I don't know what you like. What if you were to throw one like what kind of group fitness workout would you want to put on for everybody to lead? I should say.
Probably some sort of HIIT workout for sure.
Yeah.
Probably around like a track or somewhere we could do like a run, like a 400-meter run involved maybe.
Did you run the 400 in track?
I did, but my specialty was 100-meter hurdles.
Damn, yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah. I was pretty good in high school, but I did it freshman year of college and I was just like not myself. Like, I don't know. I was like, I sucked in college, but high school.
You're hitting puberty.
Yeah, you know.
Freshman year.
Maybe that's what it was. Who knows? But yeah, it was 100-meter hurdles and 300-meter hurdles, but I also did like the 4x4, which is
the 400.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Damn.
Yeah. Did you run track?
I did. Yeah.
What'd you run?
I long jumped and then I did the 4x4.
Oh. 4x4 is the best event because it's last, right?
And everyone huddles around.
Yes, and the lights are off, and they're like, just yes.
Yeah, it gets you going. But the worst part was you couldn't eat the hot dogs.
Yeah. Oh my! I was just gonna say that you couldn't like eat all your food. You had to wait because your stomach was gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only bummer.
I never ran track. No. I was
football.
Football and lacrosse.
Okay. Cool. I think I knew lacrosse. Yeah. You didn't do lacrosse college.
No.
Just football.
No. I was saying I should have. I wish I could have played both, but.
Yeah. Did you do football all 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Crazy.
I did intramural soccer in college.
Look at you.
We won. Not big deal.
Because of you?
Yeah.
That was that was your thing?
No, I didn't show up to like half the games. I had to study, man.
Oh, Sophie. God bless.
Hey, you won though.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
So if you were showing up to half of the games, that's like a 50%, 60.
Yeah.
I'd say it's pretty average.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, how sick of a transition was that, by the way?
Oh, that was good.
I'll fucking say it. That was a sick transition.
Well done.
Yeah.
Pat yourself on the back.
Bravo, Dak.
You don't do that often.
I don't do it often, but you know what? We're here.
When
Smile.
you do.
Smile because it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Sophie, what is your average quality?
My average quality. I have a lot of average qualities because we're just average.
That's good.
I would say my average quality is socializing, actually. Which you say no, and which people don't agree with when I say it like that, because people are like, you're an extrovert. Like, I love people. I make sure everyone's having a good time when I'm socializing. I'm probably too much most of the time, but socializing in terms of how often I socialize, because I feel like I really like being alone. Like, I rejuvenate alone, so I can go like days and weeks without socializing. Like, I need to make time for more, like, go get coffee with someone and go hang out, maybe go somewhere on a Friday night. But I just like need that time by myself, and I've always been like that, which is why living alone is awesome. Because I can rejuvenate. Thank you. So I can rejuvenate every night by myself. Like, I feel like I socialize all day, and I feel like I have to be on like all the time when I'm around people, it is exhausting a little bit. But for me to like figure things out and, you know, be the most creative, I have to be alone. So socializing, because I don't do it as often as I should. But when I socialize, I'm good at it. I'm fine at it, you know?
So it sounds like you're not saying socializing in the sense of like go to the bars, grab drinks with your friends.
Well, even that, like sometimes
really?
I just like don't want to do that. Yeah. And I'll just say no and because I just don't feel like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you always been like that, or like when did you start picking up on that you operate a little bit more efficiently when you have more alone time?
I've always been like that.
Okay.
Like in college, even like group study sessions, like I could do that for a little bit, but to be the most productive and like be the most efficient, I had to be by myself. And I feel like socializing I love it, but it is exhausting for me. So I don't do it that often.
Right. But you also were saying like getting coffee with people, like kind of playing like the networking game.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Like it just like takes a lot out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Just from like preparing for it all
and
the way to
it's probably because I'm like a little bit of a perfectionist too. So like it just is. I just need it. It's tiring, you know. You got to be on all the time, and I don't know.
That's why we like having this podcast, because this is our time to network.
Yeah, exactly.
People will try and get coffee with us, and we're like, just come over.
Just
on
come
the
on the podcast.
It's way more efficient.
We'll record it. We'll send it to everyone.
Yeah. Everyone can see us talk. You know.
Do you guys not feel that though? Like, you guys have roommates though, and I feel like you guys are always together. Do you need time alone, or are most people not like this?
I need to be alone.
Yeah.
I love being alone.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess I don't get it as often because we're on top of each other here, the 5 of us. Sharing 4 of us sharing one bathroom with. We do have a bidet, which is nice.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about this toilet paper pandemic.
Yeah.
I want to try it.
Certainly.
We'll send you downstairs here a little bit.
All right.
You sign our waiver.
I actually really do have to pee, but I can hold it.
Okay. We'll just have you sign the waiver.
Okay.
We'll be good.
Don't worry.
But no, I now work from home like entirely before this started. So I've been working from home since August, and my whole day is by myself. And at first and still at times I'm not great at it, but I find myself enjoying what I'm doing more because I am just like, it's all on me, and like I have control of my time. I have control of my workflow, and I've thrived even more so. Like I've advanced and honed my craft, I'd say, if you will, because I've had so much alone time to think and thoroughly go through my process without worrying about other people like looking over my shoulder.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's kind of something that you get from being by yourself and programming each workout or planning out what the week should look like.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't spend enough time like on my own, I should say. Because my job is I'm working with a ton of people, like 200 and some people on our job site, and then here it's 5 dudes. Yeah. I'm always trying to hang out with people. I just get a ton of energy from other people. I think is more what it is, but I have that alone time by myself every single day. Like work out in the morning, and then at night I'm writing jokes or I'm editing videos or like I do really gain a lot from those times. And even more so, you know, I always look back to different pivotal personal realizations, and a lot of it comes from when I'm just by myself. I'm not having these like aha moments with my friends a lot of the times, but it's just I still value it. Like I definitely need it. I probably need more of it, but you know, here we are.
Yeah, you're actively putting yourself in uncomfortable situations at times, and that can be considered like what you get from alone time, because you're actively putting yourself in a mental state where it's not totally perfect. It's not comfortable.
And being alone, that's when you like can actually feel those uncomfortable feelings and like realize what you do need to fix or what you do need to work on. Like for me, it's like people distract you from that. People distract you from like what you're actually feeling. And that's like, even like, I guess you guys you're single too, right?
Yes.
So I feel like even like relationships right now in your early 20s, like I feel like it's kind of distracting from what you actually are feeling. Like, do you want that? I feel like being single in your early 20s allows you to kind of figure out more of yourself, your identity, and so like being alone, not only in the aspect of like day to day, but just like in general, like what do you want?
Right.
So
we did a podcast earlier this year with our buddy Ian Deloney, and he talks a lot about this idea of having the importance of your inner dialogue.
Okay.
He's like, it's not crazy if you talk to yourself. It's actually super beneficial if you're constantly like having these internal battles.
I do that all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. But that's what he was bringing up. It's exactly what you're saying. Like, I feel like when you're alone, that's kind of those things that you're constantly looking at. And then on top of that, with being single, like, I realized this, like, when I got out of a relationship, like, you realize you have, like, all this headspace to just commit to whatever the shit you want.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
And some people are like, well, that's selfish. But I feel like when you're 20, in your early 20s, you deserve to, like, make decisions for yourself. Like, what do you want? And do you want to do this now? Do you want to do this later? It's, like, totally up to you, and it should be. I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's eye-opening. When I got out of my relationship, that's when I quit my job. That's when I started the fitness thing. It was all these things that I feel like I was just distracting myself within this relationship. And once that was gone and that wasn't part of your identity, it's like, who am I? So a lot of times people are in this relationship until and then what happens if that ends? And then where next?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's part of your identity. Like, you need to be fully who you are without someone else.
Yeah.
You start letting go of those pieces.
Yeah.
And Decky loves this phrase, but you start setting the world on fire.
Yeah.
You have a mentality of, like, this is my time.
Yeah.
I can do what I want with it, and I'm going to take advantage of it. And you're able to find yourself.
And once you can do that, once you feel confident in, like, 100% who you are, what you are, sure, you can add in someone else if you are, if you're ready for that. I just feel like it's important time.
Mm-hmm. You'll attract that person because you're doing you,
exactly.
and that person will just come into your life.
You shouldn't be dependent on another person.
Yeah.
You have to be independent, and they just have to be, like, an addition to yourself.
And this is what I've been told, right? And I feel like it's going to happen.
Let's hear it.
No,
Oh.
that's what I'm saying. Like, theoretically.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
People say, now that I'm finally, like, I feel great with my career, I feel great with Backpocket.
Mm-hmm.
A year ago, I can't say the same.
Mm-hmm.
And
you were searching, probably, you like feel like you're, like, for me, when I was not full, it's like I was constantly like, okay, like, who's out there? But now that I feel content, I'm like, I don't give a crap. Like, let's just go with it, see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble. Because I'm, like, way too comfortable with putting just
Decky
about
Exotic
anything. Just putting basically anything that
Decky
comes to my head into the world.
No, you have to just let it fly.
I'm so worried. I'm not worried actually, but I do recognize the fact that there's probably stuff that I put out there at times where I'm just like, oh man, looking back, I don't know if my mom would like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I do that too, I guess, with my family.
Your mom doesn't even want you on the podcast.
I know.
Looky here.
But here I am.
Here you are.
Do you feel that internal battle ever? Kind of how I'm explaining, like, where you, like, put something out there and you're like, like.
Yeah. I'm like, was that too much? Should I? But then I just do it, and no. I guess once I hit post or once I say something, it's past the time. I just let it roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everyone has that, I guess.
Yeah.
You kind of debate, like, should I or shouldn't I? I think you have a better chance of taking a risk and succeeding than taking a risk and it just kind of flopping. Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. With the internal dialogue, like the internal debate and the idea of putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, what do you have in your back pocket when these situations arise? Like, pressure's becoming stress and anxiety is rising. What do you have in your back pocket, Sophie?
I would say, okay, I'm kind of making up this term, like independent confidence. So not letting other people's preconceived judgments, opinions, like, dictate my actions, really. So it's a better way of saying, like, not caring what people think. Like, obviously I care if I'm a good person, if I'm a good friend, if I'm a good family member. But I mean in terms of, like you're saying, like, deciding to post something or not, or having that battle with yourself. If I really cared about a few people that maybe that are criticizing me for something, would I be where I am today? Probably not. Like, you just gotta take a little risk, and I don't know. I just, like, I'm really happy with where I've got with my little Instagram, I guess. And yeah, if you want to avoid criticism, like, all you have to do is do nothing, really. But who wants to do nothing, be nothing, say nothing, So I guess it's me being unapologetically myself, which is, like, extremely goofy, weird, and just being a leader, really. I felt like in high school I kind of tiptoed around the fact that I was a leader, you kind of become a follower a little bit, and molding yourself into like society, what you think everyone else should expect you to be. And if you do that for so long and you're just following, I feel like it's going to be, you're perceiving yourself as someone who, wow, my thought just kind of, but I feel like for me, it's just being myself, and that's kind of strange, goofy, and yeah.
It's you.
It's me.
Snaps for that too.
Yeah.
Because you are being you, and we've been able to follow you since you started your page, because we were interacting at Alter, and like that whole kind of our I'd say career, profession rather, intertwined at that moment, and we've seen that progression, and it's been dope. Like, you've been killing it, and you're just doing what you want to do, and like you mentioned to start that, you're being a good family member, you're being a good person, but you're also doing what you want to do. So that whole mindset is very healthy, and it's working. So snaps, continue to do it.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Do you think there was a turning point or a moment where you kind of felt yourself starting to gain some of that independent confidence?
Yeah, probably living alone, really.
So pretty recently then.
Yeah. And that's why I think I've kind of stepped up my game a little bit on trying to like get personal clients and stuff online. I just feel like I just felt when I think I had more time alone to kind of think, and yeah.
That's when you gotta just, I love that. No, that's sick. That's huge. Again, back to the alone time.
Yeah, back to the alone time.
That's
all
impressive.
It takes.
What made you like want to get the clients though? Because I know before that's like a whole kind of new branch. Of what you were
like
doing.
because all I've done was group fitness.
Right.
I guess it's kind of cool to see people progress just one-on-one too. I feel like I'm really good at making connections with people just one-on-one. Like I can kind of relate to them, which is also why I think like my goofy personality kind of comes out and makes them feel comfortable. They feel like they can open up to me. So I really like one-on-one conversations with someone and trying to help them hit their goals. So it's I've had this client for like a week already, and she has like you take a picture every Monday, and this is her second picture, and I already see change, and it's so rewarding. So for group fitness, you don't get to see that as often, but this whole one-on-one thing, I'm like, I think this is becoming a thing. So yeah, I think I'll for sure take more personal clients in the future.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. God, that's so cool. The other thing too I forgot to mention was how I've pretty much asked you to come on this podcast for the last year, and now we're finally recording. But it was so cool to you along with a couple other people, very minute few, where I ask you to come on the podcast and you respond, "I'm not ready."
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so cool that like you are that aware, and of course I'm gonna say you've been ready.
Yeah.
You know, like you have. I see it in you already.
Yeah.
But it was cool that you were aware enough to know, like, okay, I'm not where I want to be yet to truly put it out there.
And I'm still not where I want to be, but
we're always on our journey.
But now it's like when you feel like you have a direction, at least it's just a lot more satisfying. You know, I felt like when you asked me before, this is when I was deciding, like, do I go fitness direction? Should I like go more corporate? Do I go back to school? It's like I had no idea. But when you have a direction, like once you have that direction, it just clicks with you, you are just put at ease, and it's like, okay, I can at least, expand upon that, and every step you're taking is at least going towards something. And I'm still not like completely, this is my first podcast, like my mind's kind of going blank every now and then. I forget what I'm saying.
You're crushing it.
No, I'm not, but it's fine.
No, you're crushing it.
Okay, fine. But yeah, so I mean, I'm still not, like, this is so new to me, but you just have to put yourself out there and,
set the direction.
Do it. Set the direction, step at a time, small steps.
And with choosing a direction, we love to ask our guests to set us on a mission, to pick a person and be like, hey, we think that this would be an awesome guest for you to have on your show. So, Sophie, I want to ask a challenge question. Who do you think would be an awesome guest for the Backpocket?
I would say I have two. actually. Unless have you had Emma Sievers on?
No, she just followed me yesterday, though.
Oh, wait, I texted you about her a while ago.
Yeah, no, I know. We can
you
get her
know
on in a heartbeat.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, good.
We'll make that happen.
She's part of BA Women. She
Yep.
started BA Women.
Mhm.
Just finds the badass in every single girl out there, and she just started a podcast herself.
Yep. She just hit 700 downloads, I saw.
Really?
Yeah, 4 episodes.
Cool.
Good for her.
I listened to the one she had with Carol, which was really cool. So take a look at that one.
Baskins?
Yes.
You're shitting. She had Carol Baskins?
Oh, no, not Carol Baskins.
I was like, you're kidding. The
Wait,
Tiger Woman?
it was Carol Schuler, and that kind of sounded similar for a second. Carol Baskins.
All right.
Have you heard The Savage? I'm Carol Baskins.
Yes.
And they do the...
They changed up that
I
one song.
died
Yeah.
so-
Carol Baskins.
Carol Baskins?
So, yes, Emma Sievers. And then also Antonio I think it's Sunquist. You know who that is? No?
Nope.
So he used to work with Active Media.
We know Active.
Yeah, which I thought you did. He used to work with them, and now he's kind of branching off and creating conversation and normalizing, I guess, the talk around mental health. And I feel like that'd be a cool perspective to get on here.
Sick.
Yeah, and he has a cool story too. I think he was adopted from Paraguay.
Either one.
Either one.
That plays
Cool.
with us.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, he's just an all around good guy too. So
Sick.
I would say that for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Challenge accepted.
challenge accepted.
Okay,
And,
cool.
you know, we always follow up on our challenges. Brooklyn told us to have you on. And look at us.
Oh yeah, Brooklyn Bites.
She's killing it, too.
Me and Brooke were talking about having a virtual happy hour, so I got to follow up with her on that too.
Can
I
we-
love her.
can we be
I miss
invited?
her.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys
can
can.
we
We can
catch
do a
a
little
bite?
Zoom. We can do a little Zoom link maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zoom.
Maybe get some like Zoom bombers in there.
Yeah. We'll have bouncers ready.
Yes.
No,
okay.
we're actually welcoming all
Yeah.
hackers. Welcome them all.
I want to
Bring
trap
it on,
'em.
dude.
Yeah.
I'd love to get them. I just would love to ask what they're up to.
What's their story?
What's their story? What's going on?
Why do
here?
you do what you do?
Yeah. Like, seriously, as a Zoom hacker, what's the point?
Get
I
over
mean,
yourself.
honestly, it kind of sounds fun.
Right. If you were doing
It's
it
like
to
a prank call.
yeah, if you were doing it to
It's so
have some
fun.
fun, right?
Yeah, which is what Zoom bombers are doing. They're
Um,
bored. They're trying to have some fun.
You know what? That's a really good point. I would love to take over and just like get myself out there in the middle of like a Harvard lecture.
right?
You know, get in front of all the of all the nerds at Harvard and just cause some ruckus. Why not?
Zoom bombers.
It'd be insane. I wonder how you do
not
it.
all Zoom bombers.
Yeah,
I mean, well.
I don't know if we want to use bomb as the word either. I don't
Isn't
know.
is that what they're called?
Zoom hackers, maybe.
I've heard it was. Oh, did I just make up the bombers part?
I've heard Zoom bombers.
Okay.
They have. Okay, so that's the thing. That checks out.
That's the thing.
Yeah, because
Alright.
like prank calls were my shit. I used to do that all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time.
Star 67.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Does that still work, by the way?
I
It
don't
does.
know.
Marcus is confirming. Marcus, how you doing over there, bro?
He's like, yeah, it works.
I'm doing good, man.
That's awesome. How's your first production of a podcast going?
I think so far it's going pretty well.
Is my bum ass computer keeping up with the live stream?
So far I haven't seen any problems. So
That's
life is
great.
good.
Dude,
God,
awesome.
that's huge.
Yeah.
Training in our second string producer Marcus over here,
You're doing great.
Well, thank you.
coming over from Yoakum Strength. Which have you been at his podcast before?
So no, I haven't been on his podcast. I'm just the guy behind the scenes.
Okay.
So for me, I just kind of hop on. I edit everything. So yeah, you never really hear from me, but that's always okay.
Look at that, dude. Yoakum's been working with Marcus for over a year. Hasn't had his voice, projected out, shown to the world at all. And look at us.
Right, here
First
we
time. First time you're on the show. Easy.
Did you camera 3 to yourself?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah!
yeah. Shit. Let's go.
Looking good.
So, I don't know if I didn't prepare you for this, but
No,
as a producer, dude, you get to ask questions whenever you want on this show. And I know we're like an hour or so in. I didn't tell you that before. But do you have any questions for our guest, Sophie?
Yeah. So earlier on in the podcast, you mentioned that now with the quarantine, it's a perfect time to kind of work on whatever projects you're wanting to work on. And you
Mhm.
said that you're like specifically doing it. And for a lot of people out there, it's just like time for them to get on their projects.
Yes.
What would you say to those people who might be like holding back for some reason?
Yeah.
Like now is the perfect time. I agree with you. But like
Yeah.
if somebody has like a project that they want to work on and maybe they're just like, I have work, there's so much going on. Like now I'm
Mhm.
working from home. Life is crazy. What would you say to those guys to get them to do what their
Mhm.
passion and what they're passionate about?
I would say this is your sign. This is your sign. When are you ever granted this time? Like, the world is literally shut down right now. This is the perfect time to start anything. If you're hesitant about it, if you're hesitant about being criticized or anything, this is your sign. You're granted all this free time to figure things out. And why waste it? And why, use this time to get creative and just take a little leap? Why not?
I love that.
For sure.
Sweet.
And then I think the other question I heard, or that I was like thinking about, was we were talking about like kind of creating your moat, where you want to go in the future, figuring out your direction in life.
Yeah.
For a lot of, I think, high schoolers out there, I was in the kind of that spot where it's like, I don't know what I want to do yet. I like halfway through down college and I have no idea. What would you say to like the high schoolers, the college kids who are like, all right, well, maybe my major is saying I have to go one route. But maybe they don't want to, or maybe they, they're figuring it out as they go. What would you say to those people of like figuring out how to like figure out that mold for themselves? Yeah,
I will say for a while, I like debated my major for so long. I was back and forth, and finally I just picked one. And just know, like, you're not set in stone with your major if you pick it. Like, if you have a degree, there's a lot of different directions you can still go in life. So if you feel like you're hesitant of picking one major, just go with it, get a degree. You have time to figure it out. And then also what helped me, as I mentioned this earlier in the podcast, is find something that you like. Even if you're debating like 3 different paths, find something that kind of, lights you on fire a little bit, and just pick it and go with it all in, and forget about the other 2 directions that you're debating for just a little bit, and pick one. Go all in, see how you like it, and you might end up being completely happy with that, and you picked the right one.
For sure.
And if not, you have time. You still have time to figure it out. You still have time to go back and try the other one. But instead of like sitting there debating 3 and not taking any of the directions, you're not going anywhere. So pick one, all in.
Absolutely. And once you go all in, taking that first step can be really scary.
Yeah.
What was it like for you when you did?
Yeah. It was scary, yeah. I felt like I was being judged a little bit, but especially when you're just starting out and you feel like you're almost like in like a little bit of imposter syndrome, and it's like, I don't know if I belong here. Fake it till you make it. Just be confident in it, and it'll all fall into place. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amen.
Wow.
Hell
those
yeah,
are
Marcus.
those are the way better questions than we've ever asked.
Yeah, those were really good. I liked those.
Oh, so well formatted. Look at this.
Look at us, all coming together.
This is insane.
You didn't even prepare him for that?
No, he just came up.
Wow.
From the heart.
I feel like you're a really good interviewer. Like, you should be on a podcast, because I just get nervous and start sweating and start mumbling.
Very calm, soothing questions. Well delivered.
Very well.
Get your own podcast.
Yeah, that's why we bring them on.
I'm going to leave now.
No, I just think, if we're going to send this to anyone, we send it to Yoakum, who,
Absolutely. Like, it's about time that I go on that podcast. Although I
Yeah.
don't really work out. So for me, it's a little bit harder with his podcast. So I don't really have much to add to that conversation.
Hey, well, guess what? Don't have to work out if you want to come on the Back Pocket. I think
There
that
we
goes
go.
for anybody. If you're out there and you don't work out, first off, you should, just for your own personal being.
Yes.
But don't think that doesn't mean you can't come on the podcast.
Because Famous Dave didn't work out.
Famous Dave didn't work out.
And he came on our show.
I've had plenty
Wait, Famous Dave? Like
Dave's Barbecue.
the barbecue wings, Famous Dave.
Yes.
Wow. I didn't listen to that one.
That's a great one. We have an all-time rip roaring story about Famous Dave.
Put it in your butt.
Sorry, what?
Did you just tell her to put a podcast in her butt? That's not how we treat our guests.
Oh, come on. You didn't
Put
see
it
what
in her butt.
She had a workout ding on her phone, and her immediate reaction. Apple Watch. Her immediate reaction was
To shove it in her butt. Damn.
Sorry, Grandma.
yes. Sorry, Grandma.
Oh,
Sorry,
man.
G Unit.
And that was our segment, shoving
Put it in her
songs
butt.
in our butt. Put it in her butt. God bless.
The
Oh,
Buns in
man.
the oven.
Yeah, buns in the ovs.
Ding.
Ass and abs with Sophie. That's all. That's gonna be my biggest takeaway. Can you start?
It actually is called Ass and Abs.
Okay.
Like, they have days of the week, and it's called Ass and Abs.
Okay. Sick.
Mm-hmm.
No hiding it.
Ooh.
No hiding it.
Right.
Ooh. Okay. Actually, I just thought of something that I want to get your take on. So when quarantine and I'm not going to say coronavirus is when it's over, because it's not really ever going to be over, but when we're no longer having to stay at home and sports are back, most likely events are back.
Yeah.
Will you have any hesitations to go to any events, or will you want to go to them?
Yeah.
You'll be more inclined.
I'm so excited for events. Yeah.
So like
I said I like alone time, but like I'm over it now. Like
yeah.
I would love to go out this weekend and just mingle my ass off. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Bootcamp, I'll be there.
Have to.
Yeah.
Our original plan was June 20th.
Okay.
That seems a little close with now stay at home being pushed to May 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we still like.
What about July 18th?
July 18th.
It's so oddly specific. Is that
It's
your
my
birthday? Yeah,
I feel like it needs to be pushed at least a month back.
Yeah, I mean, we could just throw
July
a separate
18th
event
sounds
there
good.
on that end too.
Mm-hmm.
A separate just Sophie
Yeah.
birthday party.
Okay.
We got the pad for it.
That's fine too.
Throw a concert in our backyard.
Yeah.
You know.
Was it you guys who threw really good parties in college? Like the one who had the horse?
That was Gabe.
That was Gabe
Oh.
Malinsky.
Gabe Malinsky, yeah.
That was Derby days.
Derby days, yeah.
Jack did throw a couple good parties though. He had the Christmas bash, the 381 Christmas bash.
That was our canned food drive.
Oh.
Every year. We had like a
Fun.
25-foot flame in our backyard, and the
No
fire
way.
department came.
Really?
Yeah, that was the 3rd annual. We're on the 5th.
That's
now.
a good story though.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Or Cabin Palooza. Cabin Palooza.
What?
Cabin Palooza was freshman year. We had like 40-ish people over to Kurt Rhodes' cabin up in Stillwater, which I invited you to this past weekend. That's where it was at.
Oh, that's where you were. Okay.
It was that.
Was it a
legendary.
cabin palooza kind of weekend or
No, there was only 10 people.
Yeah, there was only 10.
Okay. Keep it at 10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
COVID top 10.
So I would have pushed it to 11.
No, we had 9 at the time.
Okay.
Someone else ended up coming.
Well, you invited me like as you were driving there.
Right, there was 9.
There was 9. Yeah.
And then you said
there was 9 on the schedule, so we had room for because we.
But
had
I meant
9,
it was last minute, so I couldn't go.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about how it was a last minute invite. I want to talk more about how you were in our top 10.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
COVID top 10.
Hey,
Yay!
look, you were in
I
it.
deserve it. I'm a top 10.
There you go. Okay, so that's good to know because I'm curious.
I'm a
thinking
planner.
About,
So when would we have to get in your calendar?
yeah, how far in advance?
A day.
Oh, okay. We can work with that.
Okay, you're not a planner.
Well, he literally asked me as he was driving there.
I did. It just popped in my head. Why not? Why not us? Why not be great today?
Yeah.
Invite Sophie. That's how I thought.
I appreciate the invite. Thank
Okay,
you.
I'm just gonna start inviting you day before then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I get that in there.
Too far, and then I think about it too much. I'm like, oh crap, no, I
Right.
can't.
You
You
start
know.
sweating. And
Yeah, and I start sweating,
Take
and I
multiple
start.
showers.
Mhm.
Yeah. We don't need that. I don't want to put that kind of stress
Yeah.
on you.
No,
But
can't have that.
that's good to know that people our age are stoked for, like, if we can throw Bootcamp at some point
Yes.
this summer.
I'm so sad I didn't get to go to it last year.
Yeah, but that's okay because we got this year.
Okay.
It's actually good that you missed it last year because now you have every more intention to go to this
True.
one, which
Mm-hmm.
allegedly should be better.
Did you have one boat? 2 boats?
1 boat last year.
Okay.
Should be 1 boat this year, but
Okay.
we got some special things in plan. Allegedly.
Okay.
A bigger boat.
Wait. Did you talk with Float about this Bootcamp thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
met with them a couple
like
times.
maybe a yacht?
We were talking about a yacht in Minnetonka. Is that a yacht? What are those called?
Yeah, I don't know. We don't really know what the difference between a ship, a boat, or a yacht is, to be honest. It's all size stuff, but
One has a captain,
Marcus,
I
do you
think,
know?
and one has an anchor.
One is a water slide.
I mean, I have a loose
The
idea.
water
'Cause I
slide.
grew up on like the East Coast, so for me, I had to like deal with a lot of shipping terms. I guess I never really like sailed or anything.
Port
so
side.
I
Nice,
didn't
it's
actually
good.
have to deal with it. But like a boat would be like kind of smaller. That's what I would kind of see it as. It's a little bit
Mhm.
smaller, maybe personal. You might have one. Your dad might have
Yeah.
a boat. A yacht is something that like it's generally bigger, more luxurious. You can probably host more parties on there. It might be a little bit slower or faster depending on like the amount of money you're
Yeah.
putting into it. It might have different levels as well. So you might have typically in like a standard boat, you have like, you know, the regular, maybe like a below cabin, maybe. But yachts will definitely have different kind of levels to it.
and you can
Mhm.
live in a yacht,
You
right?
could, yeah. If
Like
you
there's
wanted
like
to.
kitchen,
For sure.
bedrooms.
Yeah,
in your
and so like, you could do that.
Bathrooms.
Kitchen sometimes. Yeah, and then like a ship would be something that none of us would be able to like sail. It'd be like
Good point.
a lot bigger, maybe
It's like some
freighter kind of a
Titanic.
thing. Exactly, Titanic, cruise ships, kind of a thing. It's a size thing, basically.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, you should
So
probably get a
Shipchella.
cruise ship.
Shipchella.
Right, we do have the name Boatchella, so we should stick to boats.
Yachtchella.
We got Chella.
Yachtchella.
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 Yachtchella. I think that would work. But yeah, that's what I was getting at. Is I just want to make sure
Yeah.
that like, I mean, we obviously have to take precautions when we do throw parties with coronavirus in the area. We were pointing at.
Bullet point number 5
Yeah.
on the big board is buy flights and tickets for summer events, and that's starting to look hesitant to have on the board, but it's
Do you
still
know
plays.
I heard something that dogs might be able to contract
Oh, that's.
corona.
Oh, so that changed.
I heard cats, not dogs.
Yeah.
Because there's a tiger that Carol Baskins.
Carol Baskin told you that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or she got the tiger COVID. I think she did that. That's what I read.
I thought I heard something that they don't know about dogs yet. So
They-
that might.
From the genetic makeup of a dog, it's hard for them to contract the coronavirus. But
Okay.
there's second thoughts now that they actually might be able to because of
Mhm.
them being domesticated and in the homes of people who probably have coronavirus. So it's like
I see.
if you just put a dog in a chamber of active coronavirus at all times, that's a little bit different than just like a one-off
I
test.
see.
So this board, as time continues to go, is not aging well overall.
Yeah, it's got some hiccups, right? But I think number 1 and number 2 stand true.
Don't panic
I
and call your
definitely,
grandparents.
I've called my grandma and I've sent her some. She wanted me to send her workout videos that are grandma styled.
So
And
what are your grandma style workouts looking
So
like?
she was like, my upper back is so tight. And so I sent her like the funniest video. I'm like, okay. She's like, oh, well, she goes, I tried to do your workout on Instagram and that's too much for grandma. And I was like, I'll send you a grandma workout. So I sent her like this video and I was like, okay, so if your upper back's tight, I showed her like how to do cat and cow pose.
Nice.
It was more like something for a PT to probably prescribe to her, but I showed her like some stretches and like laying on the ground, bringing her knees up, and
Nice.
she was like, I love that. How low do I go on the cat cow? She wanted me to keep sending her videos because I think she just loved it. It's like, but yeah, I miss my grandma. Yeah, I hope she's staying inside.
Shout out Grams for getting active.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I mean, along with events, when do we get to see our grandparents again?
I know.
Oh my God.
It almost makes me want to cry a little bit. Mm.
How you just can't see your grandparents right now.
Well, and how like they're probably afraid,
Yeah, it was
Oh yeah.
it was my grandma's 85th birthday yesterday.
Really?
And we did like a family Zoom call,
Oh,
which was really cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah, there's like
you watched it. You
I
in the
have
back.
Told
Jackie
me about it.
joined in.
I have 25 cousins on this side and 6 aunts and uncles. My grandma has 7 kids. So it was a mob scene. I mean, there was like 30 of us on there, and there was an itinerary for when to talk and who to and how and what to talk about.
Oh my gosh.
It was so in Sarah structured. It was hilarious, but it was amazing.
Your grandma figured out Zoom.
She figured out Zoom. She had
Love
one
it.
of her daughters with her, so
There you go.
that was electric. So
She had a producer.
she had a producer.
Dude,
But that was, I mean, even so, the negative side, we can't be with her, but the pros, like, everyone joined.
Yeah.
And when usually, some people will have things going on or they're not going to act like they're not going to want to participate because, you can get away being in person, but there was an itinerary and there was like things
That's so-
happening. That was cool.
some serious intention over there.
And Sarah's having tension, I guess.
It was so funny. I did like a group FaceTime with my whole family. Like all 7 of us were in it, and we finally all like get connected and coordinate this thing. We all get there, and then no one was talking. Like the hell were we doing here?
You weren't talking?
Well, I was talking, but like I showed up and like everyone was just like staring at me, waiting for me to say something. I'm like,
You're like, come
hey,
on, guys.
what's going on? And then I told them that I was, they're like, Declan, we saw you posted something about how you're invincible or immune to the coronavirus. And I just started going on this like dumb riff about it. And then my mom got mad. And then we were back to a family, right? Like we had everybody chiming in. Like,
If you haven't done a family Zoom call during the quarantine, like, is it really quarantine though.
Is it really
Yeah.
quarantined? Yeah. If you're not,
I've done one. We did one too.
it's
And I was
phenomenal.
literally with my mom and my dad, and yeah, it was like only my sister who was zooming in.
Wow. Look at us.
Yeah, look at
It
us.
smells
Freaking-
really good.
That's Soda Sense. That's our new candle. Soda
Oh.
Sense. It's the North Shore.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's our new sponsor. Not to
okay.
brag.
Actually, okay. I think I heard that on your with Jonah's
Yep.
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. Big deal.
Yeah, he did a cute little like when you guys were talking about like, what's that smell?
That or
It's Soda Sense. Mmm.
20% off on your order today. Use promo code Backpocket. That's BACKPOCKET.
There we
We're
go.
so bad
you
at
plugged
ad
it in
reads.
really
Yeah,
good.
we're how bad? Were you cringing a little bit when you were reading
Yeah,
it?
you guys are kind of cringy.
We're horrible.
I'm cringing while we're doing it. Don't let our sponsors hear that.
We
No,
won't.
I think
We
they
won't.
want to hear that. They want to hear that
You
we're
guys are putting in
trying.
the effort. Yeah,
We're trying.
you're putting in the effort.
We want it to sound funny
Mm-hmm.
and not too ad ready.
Yeah, that's true.
But then
No, I like it. It's not cringy.
It
I was
is.
just being funny.
okay.
You're just horsing around.
Yeah.
Just horsing around.
Yanking our chain.
Maybe the margaritas maybe hit a little. Because I feel
We're
like I
turned, dude. We're absolutely feeling
twerking.
it. Yeah.
We're twerking calories.
You know, looking back though, I do. We're twerking for cows. I do have a big regret though. I wish I did go mask up for the whole pod.
No.
I don't. I'm
I don't
happy
either.
to keep pulling it down.
Did you just wink at me?
That's all I got. You can't see what my face is doing. I only got eye movements now. This is all it is.
So,
Oh God.
You lost your depth perception.
My depth perception?
Yeah, you just knocked the mic.
I did. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. I'm losing it.
losing it.
Well, shit. What other question? Do you have any questions for us? We usually never ask that, but you know,
We're having fun.
yeah.
So I actually do have a question. Do you guys? So you have all these like you did a podcast last week. You did a podcast. How many podcasts do you do a week, and when do you publish them? Because I keep waiting to listen to Sydney's,
Mhm.
and I'm like, when is it coming out? When is it coming out?
That's next week. Next Tuesday.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're usually about 10 to 14 days.
But Jonah's was like right away.
right away. We rushed that one out
Okay, good point. Oh, so it's like a little okay because he had COVID.
because he had COVID.
Okay.
Right.
Mhm. We try to do one. We try to record one a week and then release it about 10 to 14 days after we record it
I see.
for
Yeah.
content creation purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta have Marcus have some time to do his back end work.
Yeah.
I think this is amazing. You guys do this with full-time jobs. Like this setup. Did you teach yourself all that?
Yeah, we learned it in January, February. Still kind of actually I've been switching our live stream like how it looks almost every time, and I think I'm pretty close to getting it
Dang.
good. Yeah.
And my last question is, are those the pants you've been wearing the entire quarantine, or are those different? Because I've heard something that you wore the same pants for 3 weeks.
Those are different shorts.
These are I
They
have
were
my
shorts.
Thailand shorts. They're like
Oh,
$3.
they were Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, these are just like some
I've-
oversized Lululemon pants from when I was
Those are nice. I like those.
overbloomed.
When I was overbloomed.
Pretty much. But even to go back to your other question, like because of how unique the times are, like we've already had Jonah on the podcast
Yeah.
and gone through the typical like hero's journey of like who is Jonah.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like, oh, he has COVID. Or had COVID. It was very current and everything like that. So it made just more sense for us to just like put it out there right away.
Yeah.
Whereas like
That does. I mean,
most of
yeah.
the guests, like we want to make sure we have the time to really put all the content together
Yeah.
before we package it up and give it to everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Ben VW. Do you know Benjamin Van den Y Mellenberg? He's the founder
Say that
of
one more time.
Yeah.
Van den Y Mellenberg. That's his last name.
Ooh.
But he's the founder of Woodchuck USA.
Okay.
So he shifted. It's like wood and engraved products. He started a long time ago, but he switched his whole manufacturing over to making face masks and face shields. Has been working with 3M for the past like month and a half on designing
Wow.
stuff, and then just a couple days ago announced that he can now produce like 1.5 to 2 million products per
That's
day
amazing.
or week. Yeah, no, it's crazy what he's doing. So like he wants to come on next week.
Yeah, get him on and get that out there.
Get him on, get him out, right?
Yeah.
And burn.
Yeah. Whereas like we have another one with this guy named Brogan, who runs this company called
Real Man.
Real Man.
Brogan.
Yeah, not just a fan of Joe Rogan, but his name is Brogan.
Brogan. He's a Brogan. He listened to Joe Rogan.
I made that joke to him like literally the first time I ever met him, and
He was like, hot heard
he's
it.
like, idiot. Like, such a dumb thing to say.
Yeah.
I regret it.
You regret nothing.
I don't regret it. Yeah, good point. Because now he's coming on the podcast. But he asked us, he was like, is there any way we can do it outside? And I was like, no. Then I thought more about it. I was like, yes, we can. Yes, we can. So we're going.
Why did he want to do it outside?
I don't know. It was just his request.
Can I do it outside?
We can do another podcast outside. Once we get this first one figured
It
out
was
next
sunny
week.
out, and we're in here, you know?
I know. Like, if it, like, pick a good, solid 60-degree day and
Yeah.
put us in, like, in the
We
in
could
the
do
middle
a
of somewhere.
live podcast when you guys are doing my workout with me in the park next week.
Ooh, that'd be sick. I'm all in. How did that live stream go today, by the way? Like, do you have a lot of people tuning in, or you just
No,
go live
so
for the hell of
I
it?
actually have been doing, I just said, hey, like, hop on this live if you want, because every Wednesday at WeWork, I do Sweat with Soph, and, like, the members can join in and do the workout. So I just put my Instagram live, too, at the same time, kind of
Nice.
like you guys are doing with your platforms. But
Yep.
it's for the WeWork members. But I'm like, yeah, I might as well just put it on my Instagram live, too.
Might as well grab the
Yeah.
content.
Mhm.
But once we figure out, like, where I have an idea of how we're going to put together this outdoor podcast,
Yeah.
we're going to have, like, a generator. I got a drone guy coming. We're filming in this really cool, you know where the Mill Ruins Park is? It's like kind of
Yes.
right by Stone Arch. So
Yeah.
we're gonna record there,
That's cool.
and then
okay.
yeah, I'm just gonna try and grab as much cool content as I possibly can. We're gonna just have like literally an outdoor podcast studio set up.
do like a picnic podcast.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll get
Cute.
the charcuterie board.
Yeah. Charcuterie.
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 Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So yeah, once we get that dialed in next week, like but that would be an example of like we're gonna record that next Wednesday. It's
Mhm.
probably gonna take us a couple weeks to get that one all
That's cool.
put together and put out there.
So at first you said no. You're like, I'm just gonna go for it. Let's do it.
Well, he said no, and then I said no, and then he never responded, and then I was like just thinking about it all night. I'm like, why did I say no? Like, I was worried about like how we'd get power to it and everything. I was
Yeah.
like, wait a second, just use a generator, and then that opened up the floodgates to everything else.
Wow.
Now I need to figure out how we're gonna get mics because I don't think we can rent mics from that same place anymore
Because of COVID.
because of COVID. So I gotta.
We can call. Eric's bike shop's open.
Eric, they'll hook you up.
Okay, that's a really good point.
You know, like if bike shops are open, mics could be open.
Audio rental stores should also be open.
That was like my thought process
Yeah,
there.
no, that's my thought process too. I guess I haven't looked into it too much. I just
Same-
thought about
same
that
room.
problem today.
Yep.
Same room, yeah.
Yeah.
Same
can
house.
Tell. Mm-hmm.
Same house. We do this every day.
Yep. I can
Yeah.
tell.
God. Well, shit. Good questions.
Well,
Yes.
shit.
Well, shit. Look at this. We did the podcast. We did the
did
thing.
it. We did the damn thing.
We did the damn thing. I have one final question for you, Sophie. What did
Yes.
you learn today from the moment that you woke up to we're having this conversation?
Oh, I forgot about this one. I would say that I can sleep 13 hours without waking up,
You and Decky both.
Yeah.
which is not me usually. Like, I wake up at 5 a.m. I get 8 hours. I usually only set my alarm for 8 hours past, like, because I'm like 8 hours is my sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
But with this whole quarantine thing, I'm like, I'm just not going to set my alarm. And I slept 13 hours. I'm like, I slept 8 hours the night before. How is this even possible? But yeah, I can do it. You can do it too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's because that's like I'll sleep 13 hours on a reset day.
Yeah.
And it's not a good way to do it. You know,
Mhm.
you're supposed to,
Keep the same, sleep
and you're supposed to get
schedule.
8 hours, but my problem is I get
6.
6 every day. And so that just
Mhm.
stockpiles over a week. And
Yeah.
then I basically just don't set an alarm on like Saturday morning, and I
Mhm.
wake up sometimes at 11, sometimes at 1:30. Just depends on
Yeah.
what kind of week I was having.
1:30, dang.
I did that once, yeah.
If I
crazy.
sleep past 8, I feel like I waste my day. Yeah. But
Oh yeah, it's
you
a waste
know,
of a day
it
once you get
is.
to 1:30.
yeah,
But-
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
It's like I might as well just stay asleep till tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh my god. I bet I don't want to try it. No way.
No.
Well, we're glad you woke up for today.
Yes,
And
I'm
you're
glad I woke up for
Yes,
today too.
yeah.
Thank you guys for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Glad I finally pulled the trigger.
Yeah. No. finally glad we freaking put this together. We recorded what I would say is audio magic. We absolutely made it happen here today. So
I don't know about audio magic, but
yeah, that was a bad way to end it. I think that was the worst part of the podcast, probably.
You guys are awesome. We love you. Take care.
Take care. Love you. Oh, that's great. That's good fun. That's a good time. And